all these tests could have been done when I was there. All this shit's gonna cost me money. But I hang on the whole thing. Look at this fucking shit customer service. Bullshit. Fuck you. Six minutes and almost 30 seconds. minutes. Eight minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, this is how fast it goes. Nine fucking minutes.
Did you have any of this stuff done while you were in the hospital?
Yes. Blood work.
Okay, so this is outpatient follow-up. That's why this is stuff that isn't normally done while you're in the hospital. It's something that they have you do after you've been discharged.
No.
Have you follow up
No,
with
no, no,
the
no, no.
doctor,
Hey.
and then the stuff is ordered
No.
for follow-up?
An MRI is done in a hospital when you are in the ER and you've had brain trauma, 3 strokes, and a brain aneurysm. This should have been done in the hospital. Now I have to pay a bunch of money to get over there. For the blood work, they could have done that in the hospital. Ophthalmology. Well, that could be done by pretty much any eye doctor. So what you're saying is incorrect. And I just want to know why you had me on the phone for all this long just to tell me that I was wrong when I'm not.
Hold on just a minute, please.
Oh, sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do that. Minutes.
How can I help you?
Yes, who's this?
My name is Israel.
Okay.
You had a question about the follow-up. I'm sure I just got transback. Someone said up front someone needed additional help. I wasn't sure.
I'm calling because most of this stuff could have been done when I was in the ER. I'm going for an MRI tomorrow, which cost me money for an Uber there and back. I'm scheduled for lab work, which could have been done in the ER.
Okay, just I don't mean to cut you off here for a second, but we're not the ER.
Nope.
So that would be,
yeah, I'm aware you're not the ER. I'm aware of that.
So that would be the ER physicians that make that determination. It's not something we can do at this point. I'm not sure. Is this a question for one of the physicians here, or how can I help?
This is for Olivia Nasovsky. She
Okay.
gave me the order for the MRI. Why didn't they do it in the ER when I was there?
I don't know, but we didn't see when the ER was there, so we're a private practice. I can't tell you.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, what about the blood work?
Again, for treatment in the ER, that's not something we have the ability to govern. That's not what that's the ER physician who manages your care in the ER. If they tell you to follow up with neurology afterwards, that'll be a separate thing. Again, we don't make that. It's not like there's anything in us. We don't do the blood work. We don't do the MRI. It makes no difference to us per se. That's the doctor in the ER while you're in the hospital who governs your care there. That's not something we do. If that makes sense. I understand it's a little frustrating. I'm just trying to, is there a bit of
it's a little frustrating because I was in the hospital. I could have had the MRI done there. I was in the hospital. I could have done the blood work there, but instead they sent me to your place, and now you're sending me to an MRI, which is going to cost me a bunch of money to go there and back. I have to go to another one, to a blood work thing, and I have to go there and back. All this shit is costing me money.
I apologize, but I can't really explain why the ER does what it does. I know they have certain rules they're required to follow, and I believe if they don't consider it, again, I can't speak for them, but if they don't consider something urgent or emergent that needs to be done ASAP, they feel like, okay, this doesn't require emergency care, this can follow up on the outpatient side. Now, yes, in your case, I get you 1,000,000%. It's frustrating because you're like, well, I was there already, why I couldn't take care of this, but they may not look at it that way. But just to be clear, I'm not the ER, I'm not the ER physician, I'm not any of that. You just got referred to our office, that's all.
Okay, a person with past brain cancer, 3 strokes and a brain aneurysm goes in there with a headache, a real pressure headache, and they give me a CT instead of an MRI. Why would they do that?
Again, I can apologize, but
it's no way. I've worked in 3 different hospitals. They do this so they can put me off to another person and bill me for that, and then put me off to another person and bill me for that. Dude, this is all a scam, and you know it. I'm so sick of this shit. All I needed was an MRI and my blood work done in the ER. And they didn't do it. And you guys sent me to another ER, an MRI. Ugh.
But you said you guys sent me, what does that mean? You came here to see Olivia because
yeah, you sent me to an MRI.
Okay.
Yeah. And the MRI department screwed me over multiple times. I'm in a whole thing with them. You guys just can't get your shit straight. I mean...
Okay, like I said, not sure what else to say, but again, you can get upset at our practice. I mean, that's fine. That's your prerogative, but it's well beyond our control what the ER doctor does, what the MRI center does, what the lab does, what the billing does. That's nothing to do with that. And they may say, like I said, if there's something I can do to help, I'd love to help if I can. That's what we try to do every day is help patients, not make it more difficult for them. So if I can, please let me know how I can. But I cannot speak for, like you said, the ER, the MRI, the hospital, how you're treated in other locations.
Okay.
I just apologize. I mean...
All right, well, just in your honest opinion, why would somebody do that?
So, in my honest opinion, just being straight up, because ER physicians generally look through things through a very, very small lens. And they look at things, again, I'm not defending them, I'm just saying this is my own personal opinion. And when someone comes in, and if they do not think this is an emergent problem, they will say, this does not constitute something what they call an acute problem, which means the serious needs to be dealt with right here and now. So they say, okay, this patient can go home, better than they go home. They don't have these other calculations where, financially it's more expensive, they have to take more off work, they have to go schedule it and wait for it and get it in transportation. That does not get into their, decision-making process at all.
Okay.
They look at things very, like I said, with almost blinders on, and say, if this problem in front of me, an emergent problem, it's an emergency room, or is it not? And if once they make that determination that this is not an emergent problem that needs to be dealt with right here and now, as you said, they'll just go treat this, on the outpatient side, go take it to someone else. We do not see this as being an emergency that needs to be dealt with right now.
Okay.
Again, it's just my opinion.
May I say something?
Sure.
I went to the ER one time because I had a bad headache. It turned out I had a fucking brain aneurysm that was undiagnosed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't care what people think or what they measure. You should judge it on my past medical history.
Okay, again, that's fair, but...
Yeah, it's fair. Oh, shit. Shut up. Man.